Hello everyone. Today I want to show you my scheduling application that I created for a project. This is kind of a real world example of an international organization that is also bilingual. It's kind of think of it as like counseling um, scheduling applications. You have customers or clients, and then they can schedule appointments with counselors or contacts, whatever you want to use for the terminology. But so this is like real world. It has, database manipulation and stuff along those lines. So it has error handling, all the fun stuff. This was a big project. I think it came in around 3,200 lines of code with, a 3-month timeline. So things were pretty tight. Everything, we were given a very basic set of instructions. We had to create everything from scratch, UI, database, all that stuff had to be created from scratch. But it was overall a really fun project. I learned a lot. So we're just going to dive right in, try to keep this under 15 minutes so you guys don't have to waste too much of your day. So first of all, I want to note that the login button is a default button. So if I press enter at any time, it will give us a sign-in attempt, which will query the database for the username and password to see if it matches. So obviously it didn't because we didn't type anything in. So let's type some stuff in and log in. And every time we hit the main menu, we're going to get this reminder to see if we have an appointment in the next 15 minutes. We don't because my time is not set manually, but I will set that later to show you guys that functionality. So we hit OK, we go to the main menu. So we got three aspects here. We got the customers, the appointments, and the reports. So customers are clients, appointments. You can set clients can set up appointments with counselors, and then reports are just some reports for um, some requirements that were required in the project. But they're pretty cool, fun numbers to see appointments for like a month and stuff like that. So dive right into customers. As you can see here, we got a few customers. There's myself included, which we'll delete, and we'll show you that. And then there's some office characters stuff in here. So if I try to delete something without it being highlighted, it won't work. Same with modify, it'll say, no customer highlighted. But if I try and delete something with an existing appointments, it will not allow us to do that. Okay, so we have to delete somebody who doesn't have any appointments. So we'll delete Pam. Oh, she might have an appointment. Jim, we'll delete Jim. Yep. He has no appointments, so it asks if we're sure we want to delete this guy. We hit OK, and then he says, OK, yeah, he's successfully deleted. On all appointments were deleted because he didn't have any. So that's good there. Let's show the adding functionality. So if I hit add, it'll bring us to the customer add page. And here we'll just, create me. We'll use C because Marshall already exists, and we'll say my password is 789 happy drive. My state is blank because the country has to be selected first to populate what state you're in or what state you can select. So if I'm in the UK, I can't select Kansas, right? Because it doesn't exist in Kansas. So same with Canada, it'll just show the provinces. I live in Kansas, so we'll select the United States and we'll go down to Kansas. Postal code, we'll just say it's 12345. Phone number, just some boilerplate information here. So we'll hit save, and that'll save the database. If I hit cancel, it'll ask us if we want to cancel, and this will clear all the text fields. So it'll take us back, and we'll lose all our data, which we don't want that. So we'll hit save, and then we'll say customer was saved. So once again, there's the new one we just created. We're going to modify this real quick to show modifying here. Let's just say my postal code is actually 54321. If we hit save, it'll say customer modified, and then we'll see here that it was changed. I don't have any appointments. We just showed that, so we're going to go ahead and delete this. I know I already showed it before, but we'll show it again. So we'll delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. So it was deleted. Okay, that's all that functionality. We'll go to the main menu. Once again, there's no appointments because we haven't set that time manually. We'll go to view appointments, and we see all the appointments. So we got a few filter buttons up here. So select a filter to view the calendar. This is current month and current week. So if I hit start, or filter by the start time of appointments, the month is April, so all of these with 4 will be filtered in when I hit by month. So this is the only one that will be gone. So we'll hit filter by months, by current month, and we'll see all 4 here. So if we go back to all appointments, we can see that the current week is probably going to be just these 3 because that's the only 3 that is the current week. Today is the 17th, so it'll take from the 17th to 7 days forward. So if I hit appointments by week, it should only show those 3 because those are the only 3 within this week. So once again, we can just hit back all appointments and we'll go back. Same with the modify and delete on this one. If you're not highlighted, it'll give that error. And then if we wanted to delete something, we just hit delete. Highlight it and then hit delete, and it'll say, "Are you sure you want to delete this appointment?" Yep, sure do. And the IDs is what it customer IDs are what it goes off of. So real quick, if I hop back over, you can see the customer ID is what all these are under. So 8 is Michael, 21 is Marshall, which is me. So we'll go right back to the appointments and we'll say, 21, that's Marshall's appointment, so we can delete that and it will be deleted. So anyway, we'll add another one. So quite a bit of information here. What's important is this time zone. This is where the time zones come into play. So the business hours are between 8 and 10 Eastern time. However, I am Central time. So if I come down here to start time and I hit 7 to 9, that will work because my time is, going to be 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. So, and I will show that real quick. We'll just say this is test, test, test. We'll say it's with Creed because who doesn't love Creed? And we'll say it's a conference with Creed starting today. So I want to show real quick. I changed this to 6 o'clock to show that it will not work because 6 o'clock is actually 7 o'clock Eastern, which is not within the time. So if I hit here, it'll say business hours are from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. So if I go back to 7 and I hit save, it will allow it. And like I said before, because I'm Central, which is 1 hour behind Eastern, so that there's that the time zone manipulation stuff going on there. Before we move on to anything else, modify. Just normal stuff with modify. Change it, save it, just all that. Same thing going on there. One thing I want to add, if you don't fill stuff in, it will tell you the specifics of it. So if we don't fill in username, date picker, so pick a date, existing customer, you know what I mean? It's going to keep going through each one individually until you have all of them filled out. So same thing with the customer screen. I didn't show that, but that functionality is there. All that basic handling that is needed. So we'll filter by start here. We'll say, so today we have a meeting at 7 to 9. So what I'm going to do, if you see it's appointment 76 with Creed Bratton, what I'm going to do real quick is pause the video and manipulate my time to 6:45. So that'll tell us that we have an appointment reminder when we hit the main menu. This will be filled in. So 1 sec. I'm going to go grab that and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So I set my time to 6:48. That's just the random time that came up. So like I was saying before, the 7 to 9 is appointment ID 76. So if I hit main menu, I should be getting a reminder saying you have an appointment within 15 minutes, and which I do. So it's saying, a time is 76, and it's within 15 minutes. You have an upcoming appointment with Creed, which is right here, and it's a conference meeting, and it starts at that time. So all cool fun there. One thing I want to show you is if I change my time zone, the display times will also change. So if I filter again here, I see this appointment with Creed Bratton. ID 76 is from 7 to 9. If I change my time zone, which I will in a second, to Eastern, this will display as 8 to 10. So I'm going to pause real quick and go do that, and I'll show you. And I'm back. Okay, so I changed my time zone. And as I said before, from that 7 to 9 Central is now 8 to 10 Eastern. So I wanted to make sure that I showed you that that time zone change is there. So when I go to add something in here, now I can say from 8 to 9, right? Because that's the time, the business time. It won't allow me because there will be a conflict, 8 to 9. So I'm going to go right back to time zone so I can show you something else. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. So all I did, like I said, was just change my time zone back to Central, just because it's easier for me to remember these times. So from 7 to 9, we have an appointment today. So if I try to schedule an appointment from 8 to 9, it will not allow it. What it will allow is an appointment from 9 to 10 because, my appointment ends at 9. I should be able to start another one immediately after that. I can't schedule anything from 6 to 7 because that's outside of business hours, but I can schedule something for, this is 1 o'clock, so I can schedule something from noon to 1, which I will show you the functionality of 7 to 8 and how there's an appointment collision. So if I do 7 to 8, like I said, I'm going to just fill all this in. Just some fun boilerplate information. Let's do something with Creed because, like I said, I love Creed. Creed's fun. Schedule for today. from 7 to 8, I will get that appointment collision error. And it will say that there is already an appointment scheduled. So I also want to make sure that I can't schedule something at the same time because it can't start and end at the same time. So it'll say it cannot start in time or start at the same time as it ends. And then if I go below, like I said, it will show that it won't allow you because it's outside of business hours. So I wanted to show you that it could do 9, was it 9 to 10 I said would work because is an appointment at or ends at 9, so it should be able to start at 9, which it does. So then if we filter again, we see we got 7 to 8 or 7 to 9, 9 to 10, 1 to 2, 4 to 5. So those are all good. Those all work. Let's go to the reports page, and I'll show you all that functionality there. We already saw the appointment functionality. So here's the reports page. So if you remember, when we filter by month, there was one appointment in March, and I believe that it was a conference meeting. So if we hit search, we should see one pop up right in here. So we do. There were no other meetings in March that were, of other types. So April had 5 of conference. Did it have any more of the other ones? No. So just all 5 conference. That's the filter or counting by appointments and type, and then schedule of each contact. So each contact will have its meetings that are required. Kelly has none. Holly has 1. Toby has can't click. And then Creed has the most. So customers, there are also customer appointments. So if I remember, I think I created 1 for myself. Yeah, 1. Michael has 1. Pam has 1. Dwight has 1, and Stanley has 2. So there's all the functionality of that. And I believe that concludes the functionality of this project. If you want to reach out, you have any questions, comments, anything like that, my information will be in the description. Feel free to reach out. You can also comment. I will respond to that. You can see all this information on my GitHub, and there will also be links to my website in the description as soon as that is up and running. So I'm getting pretty close. I think this is the last thing I needed. The whole website is functional and ready to go. It just needs to be deployed. So thanks for watching. Bye.